2016, we bought a boat we aptly called Mood Swings, primarily as a platform to film our online fishing courses and to travel to remote fishing destinations. Our latest journey heading south was plagued by mechanical issues, but not to be deterred, we decided to head north after the repairs and put up with the challenges associated with monsoonal weather.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Ryan Moody, this is my wife Karen, our 2 sea dogs, me mate Maxie, and our fishing weapon, the blue boat. Join us on our northern adventure as we have a few dramas, see some amazing locations and catch some great fish, heading north to Lizard Island and beyond.
Well, Merry Christmas everyone. It is pouring. Well, we get to have a sleep in today, babe. Collected a bit of water.
Just a little bit. Bins are full, buckets are full.
That's where our dive gear goes. Look at it. That's how much it rained last night.
Just one night, yeah.
And the other bucket. Even though we've got a water maker, we still kind of
You use this for washing up, doing your clothes.
Collect our...
Unless you have to run the desalinator and the generator.
Yeah. So here we are, Christmas Day in paradise.
Lizard Island.
Blizzard Island. Ryan's been calling it Blizzard Island. And, but it's so pretty. How amazing is it? Virtually got it to ourselves because there's only a couple of boats here for fairly obvious reasons. They obviously had access to the weather report.
Yeah.
And we didn't.
Oh, we did, but we knew it was coming.
Yeah. But it's been good anyway. It has been nice.
Yeah, we've still done quite a bit of
What else
fishing.
have we got? A few little boats over there. Yeah, we went fishing yesterday and got a nice trout, jobby, sweetly. Yeah.
You don't have to go fishing long here. We just duck out, grab a couple and come back.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's only a 40-minute job, really. I can hear a waterfall. I think might be going exploring today. We'll put our raincoats on. So the boat is swinging. You are.
1 bar, 2 bars, gone.
We type our messages and we wait. We get them ready.
Get them ready.
1 bar, 2 bar, hit send, boom, gone. Happy Christmas.
Not next year, well, it's coming, isn't it? We got our...
Yes, our starling.
Starling's coming.
I can't believe the other boat has one of those, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So 3rd of January, I think, it arrives. So we'll be pumping out videos and everything. None of this text, wait, send. Take 3, Christmas Day, leaving the boat. I think we're tied on, baby.
Yeah, I'm just hanging on. I'm not going anywhere.
Because, what did we forget the first time? Hat and sunnies. Second time was we realised we didn't charge the microphone last night. It was flat, so we had to get a different microphone. And now...
These things happen when you don't use cameras for a while.
We are trying to go on our circumnavigation of the island.
In lovely conditions.
Yeah.
Actually, it's still quite breezy, you know. It's only supposed to be 10 knots, but
We'll go this way.
No, we'll go that way.
We'll go that way.
Yeah.
All right. We go whichever way you want to go, baby.
All right.
Put your little coats on, girls. Yeah. Raincoats.
Super dog.
Super dog.
Oh, like milkies.
I don't know. But we upset them.
Pretty amazing rock formations, isn't there? That was like a ramp and it's just held up by a couple of pylons.
Yeah.
Scary walking under it.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Certainly is.
I'd like to walk up it.
Okay guys, this is North Point. We've got Little Mermaid Beach in here. Now, if you look at the charts, this is where the yellow zone starts, okay? We're coming into it right now, right off this point, but the charts don't show you. On the island, there are maps that show that this is a special management area from that point over there the other end of Mermaid Beach. That comes up. In here, there's actually a special management area, but it's not marked on the charts. So you think this is a yellow zone, but you can't actually fish in this square here.
No, you can fish, you just can't
Yeah,
troll.
sorry, you can't bottom fish.
Oh no, you've got to troll.
You've got to troll.
Yeah.
So no bottom fishing just in this little area. I don't know why they just didn't make this a buffer zone to stop all the confusion, but it is where you could get caught out.
Yeah.
Entrapment. Anyway, so just be aware of that. So definitely the other side, I'll just zoom out and show you. The other side of the island, right down towards just short of the entrance to Blue Lagoon, that's the yellow zone you can fish, and of course it's all open out there as well, apart from the Gilgrave Reef, otherwise known as Banks Bank. So that's the area you can fish around Lizard. As you can see to the south and to the east a bit, it's a massive, 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 massive green zone. All right. So this is the area you can fish, but just be aware of this little tiny bit at the top of North Point. Whoops, don't show those marks. That's enough.
That's enough.
You've been warned.
So it goes from that point
out this way.
and this point straight out. And that's a beautiful little beach there. And no anchoring in here with boats over 7 meters.
No. And turtles, all the turtles nesting on the beach recently.
Yeah, we saw a heap of turtle tracks there the other day.
Yeah.
We should go in and film them.
That's it. All right, let's continue. Now on the northern side here in that yellow zone, there's also some really good fringing reef. There's some nice coral just off North Point here itself. There is buoys that you have to anchor on. You just can't drop a reef pick in the coral. I suppose if you've got a spot like electric, they won't mind you doing that. So there is some good fringing reef in places. You just got to go and have a good look around. As you can see, it's still a little bit nasty. We've got lots of storms and squalls. It is the start of the monsoon, early monsoon this year. So we're just going to make our way around and check out some various areas. If we see some nice coral, we're going to have a snorkel. And then I might go and find a detachment somewhere that has a few good fish on it. We'll see. You never know what you'll find on these isolated islands and beaches. It looks like an old raft of some sort. They're made out of PVC tube and a bit of bamboo or something, some kind of timber. Could have come from the Pacific Islands or God knows where.
Or the start of Lizard Island.
They got tinnies, babe. It's quite amazing some of the formations of the rocks you see on some of these islands. And you can see up there it's all sort of broken over time and become loose, and a lot of it's fallen down. Probably a lot when the big cyclones happen. Of course no one's here to see it. I guess that's when a lot of that kind of thing would move. All that shaly kind of rock. Very interesting looking headlands.
I was hoping we could go over a little bit closer and have a look at the rocks, but we can't turn around because sneakily we've got a rod out. I didn't even notice. Can't help himself.
You're just going to let me know when the rod goes off.
I was saying to Ryan earlier that when I worked for marine parks, my friend Emma and I, we circumnavigated Hinchinbrook after heavy rain once, and there was all these beautiful waterfalls coming down over the rocks and into the ocean, and it was magnificent. And I said to Ryan, let's see if that's happening here. I bet it would be. And so guess what we just found? How beautiful is that? Lizard Island waterfall!
If you're up here during a rain event, approaching the monsoon period of the year, or any time when there's a lot of rain, the island does have a few little valleys. And of course, some great little water catchments. And you could get to this one if you parked on that beach over there. We probably would have done that today if it wasn't a little bit choppy coming in here. But for those who are adventurous, if you walk the island around the bottom of the ranges, you could find some nice little creeks running off. Like this one here. Okay, found a nice little hole off a headland here. A little bit of stuff in the bottom of it. I just got snipped off before on the first drop. Had a fish coming up. I don't know whether a Spaniard ate it or whether a shark ate it, but anyway, second drop, we'll see what happens. Alright, once I got onto the spot, eager to eat again. Just hope it doesn't get bitten off.
Turn us around.
Probably a trowelly. A lot of tail action, but it's a pretty sensitive rod, this. Notice a big difference between this rod and other jigging rods. Sometimes you think it's a certain species and it turns out to be something a little bit different because of the sensitivity. The first time I got snipped off. This time we've got let's soon find out. It's just a spangly.
Spangly.
Oh well, not to worry. It's actually good eating at that size, but we'll let him go anyway. No barotrauma. These things are plentiful around here. Sometimes you got to get through them to get to other fish. But that size is still nice eating. But if we get a trout, we might keep it. We'll just let this guy go.
Yep.
Okay. Right, there he goes.
On.
Gonna have one more pass, eh? See if we can get a lovely little trout for the neighbours of ours on that yacht.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They don't fish, but they love eating fish.
And they've been around the world in that little yacht.
Yeah, it's a little 22-foot yacht, and they've been all around the world in it. They got some amazing stories. So we'll see if we can get them a trout. Hi guys, sorry to interrupt the video. If you'd like to learn how I find new spots and catch trophy fish in areas I've never been before, did you know that I teach it all in my online fishing courses? We have thousands of students in over 70 countries taking advantage of my 30 years of guiding experience. So head on over to the website, Ryan Moody Fishing, after the video and take a look. If you want to improve your fishing, that is. Right, let's get back to the video. This is a bit better. Oh, it's either that or a bigger spangle. Or a jobby. Come on. We're right in next to the island here. We're not well offshore or anything like that. It's a fantastic looking spot. What do we got this time? It's a half a Chinaman. Oh my God. Oh well. So I must have got sharked that first time. Oh well. These things happen. Fortunately, good fighting fish. Lost to the sharks. Oh, still having a go. You had about 6 goes of that on the way up. Don't know what they are, but oh, come on.
Now don't muck around because there's a big shark down there.
No, that's over there.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, could be anywhere. Come on. Oh. Followed me a fair way off the bottom. Come on. Ah.
No.
Far out.
I think we're on the spot now, babe.
I'll go back around. Always pays to check your leader. A few scuff marks there. I think that was from that shark and the Chinaman, so we'll snip him off. Start again. I'm on a different spot now, about 80 meters away in this hole. Okay. Oh, dropped him again.
You don't check your hooks, baby.
Just sometimes you just don't get them good. Can't be helped. Well, after that Chinaman got sharked, and I did lose one early on here as well, I'm going to move away from the area. That's my rule. Lose 2 fish, gone. So I'll see if I can find something else down the track here. We might have another fish. We'll see.
Or we could just go exploring.
Or we could just go exploring. Yes, we're going to continue exploring, but I thought I'd take this opportunity. I saw a deep hole and I thought, well, we'll go and check it out.
Okay. Looks like a bit of a collection point here. Logs, coconuts, and what would be a beautiful little beach if it wasn't such a miserable day. And high tide. This is one of those locations where all the rubbish washes up. Logs, bottle tops, I know. Hummus, shoes, coconuts, rubbish. Look at all the bottle tops. Oh wow.
I mean, I'd pick some of it up, but hey, where do you start?
Yeah.
You need a whole heap of people.
Where do you start?
It's such a pity because it's a stunning little beach, except one end is the junkyard. And we've noticed that with a lot of places up in the remote areas here.
There seems to be just collection points.
That's right. We're actually teaming up with a mob next year. Who's a Tangaroa Blue? Want to get us on board to help with some of these cleanups and drift nets and that kind of thing. So anyway, that's next year. We know where they all are anyway.
We can start here.
We can start here. Or Point Lookout. Little shack mate over here. It's got a rubbish bag there with 𝗘𝗘𝗘𝗏 written on it. They're one of the organisations that do these beach cleanups. So it looks like they've been here before, but in that time that they've haven't been back, it's just all full of rubbish again. It goes to show you how much is actually in the ocean. Disgusting. Okay, we better get a move on. We've got Blue Lagoon just around the corner here. We'll show you and have a bit of a chat about it. We've got north and south direction island in the distance there, but we've got to get a move on because the wind is picking up and there are some squalls and storms on the horizon. A good weather window is not really a good weather window. It's not a glass off. Still around 13 to 14 knots at the moment, just making it a little bit uncomfortable to get on some of these beaches. Now we've come around to the area that's called Blue Lagoon. It was a bit dicey getting around that headland because the weather's come up again, unfortunately. This is a fantastic little area for anchorages in northwesterlies and westerlies, even northerlies as well. If you get big thunderstorms, don't be in Anchor Bay or Watson's Bay, you want to be around here. Now the area is encompassed by South Island, what we're standing on now, and Palfrey Island over here. And inside is a big reef lagoon, some pretty good coral on it, and also over there back on the Palfrey Island side of Lizard is where the research station is. And you can go in there and they have interpretive tours and all that sort of thing as well, but you have to arrange them with them first. So this is Blue Lagoon, this is the seaward end of the island, and it's a fantastic little place, it's absolutely gorgeous. But we're just going to go and have a little bit more of an explore around the corner, go and have a look at Palfrey and make our way back to the boat. And that's pretty much the circumnavigation of Lizard Island.
Babies! I know, sad.
So next stop around the corner from Blue Lagoon is the research station. And there's a few buildings up and behind here, they're not easily seen at the moment. And as I mentioned earlier, you can come over here and watch a video. It tells you all about their research and the corals and everything like that. And it's been here for a very long time. So that's the research station on the southeastern side. Many years ago when I was working up here, the only phone on the island, the old pay phones, was here at the research station. So we used to have to walk around all the headlands and the beaches to actually get here. There is a track out the back as well, but it was always a much quicker and easier way to swim around the headland and then walk along the beaches. But these days there's a payphone at the Marlin Bar if you really wanted to ring home. But
or just use your mobile phone.
Yeah, exactly. But these days the staff have got Wi-Fi and all that sort of stuff. Makes it a lot easier. But back in the early days, there's no phones, no nothing at the resort itself. Moving back around to the western side now, which is the protected side from the southeast. This is where the resort is. The resort's in what's called Anchor Bay. Then you have first, second and third beach. And they've got some beautiful accommodation here now for the resort's guests. These 3-4 beaches are the area where you're not really allowed to go into. It's for all the resort guests only, so just be aware of that. But Watson's Bay is a place to be if you bring your own boat up. There's some great snorkeling over there, stunning beach, and some good little walks out the back. So yeah, just be a little bit wary of the resort area alone, and do not anchor in Anchor Bay where you see the game boats and dive boat anchored. So Watson's Bay is the place to be. Like I said, I did work up here when I was a young fella. Back in those days before the green zones, we used to do a bit of spear fishing and fishing all around the island. And on our days off, we'd sometimes go and spear a few coral trout for the kitchen and that kind of thing. And I came out here one day, it was a new area. I didn't want to spear all the trout in the bay. I wanted to leave it healthy. So I thought I'd come out here off Bird Islet, which is straight out off the resort. And I went out to the drop-off. Don't go over the drop-off. And there was trout everywhere. There was hundreds of them. So I went down and shot the first one. And by the time I got back up and came in back onto the reef flat to tie it off, I had about 20 whalers hanging around me, all with their fins hanging out and buzzing me. So I was getting into a bit of a frenzied state. So I started swimming about 80 meters back in towards the headland here. And in that time, a big tiger shark caught on their activity, and he came in and he was very stirred up. I mean, you can approach tigers in the wild, but this one was a little bit stirred up and had a couple of goes at me. It was the scariest moment of my life. And I made it onto this rock here, the first rock, covered in oysters, cut myself up pretty bad, got sunburned for 2 hours, waiting for the sharks to take off. And eventually I made the plunge across to the headland here and back up to the crew dongers, where I passed out. And I had blood all over me from the oysters. And a couple of girlfriends I had at the time up here, they came up. I wonder why I never turned up for dinner. And their screams woke me up because I was in bed with blood all over the sheets. So, one of my scariest moments has been at Lizard Island as well. And there's the rock right there. Well, here we are, back at home, Watson's Bay, best anchorage in the world from southeasterlies, and it's a little bit late, it took longer than we thought. We're starving, we haven't had lunch yet.
We didn't have a snorkel, it was just a bit yuck.
No, it was a bit yuck around there, so we've some beautiful coral here just in the bay, so we'll have a bit of a snorkel here later. But time to anchor up, have something to eat, have a cold beer.
Christmas Day cook up.
See it. Fresh trout, caught yesterday. We got a spangly this morning, we let him go. And then the sharks ate another fish. And then I lost the Chinaman, bitten in half, so that was it. That was the only fishing we'd done on our circumnavigation. Well, you can only fish in a certain area, then it blew up. Like, this weather break hasn't really happened for us, but who cares? We're sitting in Lizard Island, Watson's Bay, eating coral trout on Christmas Day.
Beautiful.
Join us in the next episode where we continue on our offshore adventure. In the meantime, for fishing tips, workshops and fish planner tuition, visit our free training page at ryanmoodyfishing.com. There's a link to the gear and tackle we used on this trip below the video, and to follow along here for the rest of the trip, please like and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next episode.